It's a Friday night in Los Angeles, Hollywood. There's this green light just up in the air, 2 a.m. I'm about to be in Miami soon. Can't help but wonder, about something with green light out here. So currently in the middle of the street, kind of doing this at 2 a.m. I'm walking in the middle of the street right now in Hollywood, and there's like a big green light up there, just kind of in the middle there, up in the sky, and it looks pretty dope. Maybe I could do an effect on it or something. I guess you can say I was a little concerned. There's a lot that I wanted to accomplish in Los Angeles, but it's just I'm a smaller fish in a bigger ocean out there, full of fishes just like myself, and maybe like you as well. Being a filmmaker comes with a lot of patience that you must obtain at some point. So following a lot of things that had occurred since I've been out here when it came to my film Creed. So my film Creed, if you're watching this on my personal channel, you may have seen my first feature film if you're subscribed. If not, please do so down below. If you're watching this on Greenlight, please subscribe to both, and you two people on my personal channel. So subscribe to vice versa on which channel you're in. There'll be way more videos coming out on both of them. My personal channel would be more of like commercial stuff, so there will be releasing of my next feature film, Corazón de Cuba, on YouTube as well as Amazon Prime. And going off of Amazon Prime right now, I've had some kind of trouble recently with them in dealing with Creed. So Creed, basically, I'll have the emails roll through here, a couple of them, so you could see. So basically, you know what, I'll just show the last one, because the last one, I just got their last email, and I'm looking to just end it there. Basically, they're saying that they don't want to take it any further, this conversation, so I'm respecting that. The fact is, they take what their customers say, into account when it comes to their website. Obviously, they're selling a lot of merchandising and products and stuff like that. Me and you as filmmakers, we deal with the art world, and you know how Hollywood is. No matter how bad a film and comments and or whatever they say is not going to stop them from staying on a certain platform, to an extent, of course, because even Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu, they have projects that they they basically pay to have on their platform, but they also have projects that they own that aren't so great, probably has bad reviews or something, and they keep it there anyways because it's their platform. It is what it is. So you got to play the game as it is. So I'm telling you guys what I'm going through in this process, so that you guys can learn and do something different. Hi, say hi.
This is the best
Logan. Look at Logan. Yay. Say hi. Say hi. Aww. Look at my beautiful family. We're going to Miami. Look at Zion over here. Say. You know, you have enough toys. Thank you. Whoa. What are those?
Also, if you have any extra oversized items such as car seats or strollers, we'll be tagging those for you on your way to the
I have grown very optimistic out here. I think my time away from Miami and being in Los Angeles again, if you don't know my life before, I'll give you a quick overview before Creed. I was working out here in Miami. I had come back from Los Angeles, going to the Los Angeles Film School. And I came out here. I was out there for about 4, almost 5 years already. And then I came over to Miami. And then I worked at Fox News. And coincidingly, I worked on my feature film. I did my documentary feature film. I worked on 2 music videos for probably the biggest artist I've worked with. And then I came back to Los Angeles. Ended up meeting my wife and changing my life. I try to get more into the business aspect of things and learn how to deal with that and be more freelance and get stronger at that, which I did, but at the same time I was still weaker because there's less people in my crew. When you have your own productions and stuff, you'll see that when you're trying to make your own projects and your own ideas happen, your budgets are way lower than the projects that are given to you. So when people give me a couple $1,000 project or something like that, I know what I can do with it, but at the end of the day, I don't get that for my film. It'll be like a couple $100, when it's like a micro budget film. So this is where I'm at now, and I have a friend named Julian, who I'm trying to give a shout out to. So check out his like all of his work in the description below. There will be a playlist in there of his MTV show. He had a web series, like a mini web series on there, and they have it all on YouTube, so check that out. And he's amazing in that, and very, very creative filmmaker. He does music videos, commercials, and short films. Like, he's a short film director. He has major short film work and film festival nominations, as well as awards that he has won too. So the man is a straight up merc out here when it comes to filmmaking in Miami. Let alone he goes out to LA frequently, and out there, he gets work either flying out there or going over to Australia and working on maybe like a pop video here or there. So if you're seeing this, Julian, put a comment below so they can find you. Make it easier for them to find you. All right, brother? So with that being said, there's optimism, in sight for me right now. I'm also talking to my cousin, and my cousin, I've never known him exactly growing up, but he is very much tied into my family and into my grandfather, Francisco Grapera, which is like the documentary that's coming out later this year. So by the end of this year, in December, I should be filming my third feature film and releasing my second. So I'm excited for all that. I'm like, trying to contain all that because I'm not too much of trying to lean on excitement, because I just want to put in the work and then get excited later. So we'll see, where we're at in 2020. Okay? He's doing really good with the Latino trap game out here. So with his rap music videos that I could maybe work on, like I'm working on one now, which I'll show a couple behind the scenes footage here. So I'm working on one now. Basically, I'm working on the visual effects. I'm working on compositing and visual effects for them, on a new music video that's coming out soon. There will be in the cards above, in the description below, and in the cards above, there will be links to this video that I'm talking about of my cousin. His name is Device. It's all in Spanish, so if you understand Spanish, you'll enjoy it. If you don't, you'll still enjoy it if you like trap music, if you like hip hop. So with that being said, it's a little bit R&B in that sense, but it's really, I like to call it more a reggaeton mix in there. It's like a reggaeton mix with like with trap music, so in Spanish obviously. So check that out. Let me know what you think when that's out. So it'll be a while till that's out. I can't show too much now and talk too much about it, but there'll be videos of that in 4K actually on Greenlight here. If you're watching this on Greenlight, there will be behind the scenes of all of the the major things you need on a professional set. Even when it's a lower budget set, there are professional things that you must always focus on, because when you are dealing with less, you got to deal with the most important things, especially in a micro budget world. When you're doing filmmaking, that works the same, very much so. Okay, less is more sometimes, even in front of the camera as well as behind the camera. So they say that to actors a lot. Sometimes overblowing a shot with visual effects is not good either. And I may not be a guru in that, or be I'm not like, shout outs to like CG Geek and guys like Blender Guru and all these guys. They're accomplished CG artists, and they have already a lot of projects that they've worked on, and or personal projects that they've worked on, but they've gotten that clout on YouTube, and they were able to build that and build a company with that. So that is, it remains to be seen for me as far as CG, but I'm able to spice up my work with CG art. So there'll be more of that within 2020. You'll start to see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff within this year. Obviously you saw something if you've seen my Blu-ray and DVD releases. You have seen a couple updates, and my Blender videos if you've watched my Greenlight channel, and you keep updating. If you're updated on my Greenlight channel, then you would have seen that. Shout outs to my Greenlight channel if you're watching this on my my personal channel. Thank you guys on my personal channel for subscribing. All you 2,000 people, thank you so much. 2,300, thank you. Put in the comments below if you're seeing this in your notifications. If not, make sure you're clicking on the notification bell. So right now, make sure you're clicking on the notification bell on both of the channels. There will be links on both of the channels in the description, as well as the card. So thank you again. Optimism, that's why I'm all about putting the work in. A lot of this, explaining it beforehand is not something that I usually do. That's why some of the projects, they're top secret anyways. I'm not a major contender like that, even though Google looks at me as a film director now. They categorize me as a film director now, and that Creed is a feature film, all on there. So I'm sure you can look forward to a Wikipedia thing of me very soon. So shout outs to that. If that ever happens, probably be a link. I'll put that in there. No, maybe not. So I'm not that full of myself. So this is kind of, different for me. So for you in my personal channel, even all of you that have put negative comments, if you're still, looking at my personal channel and seeing updates and stuff like that and watching music videos or whatever, the posts that I'm posting and stuff like that from Greenlight, I hope, that you understand a little bit more about myself. It does take a certain type of artist to kind of put themselves out front like this. So just give respect where respect is, when respect is given to, because I respect you guys too here on the platform. Let's say you're making videos, good or bad. So that's how I work, and that's the type of thing that I want to implement on my Greenlight channel as well as my personal channel, and me personally dealings with people. That's something I always like to carry on, so I always like to lead by example. So that's enough said with that. And then so moving on now with with my productions, I have a micro budget third feature film that I'm looking to hopefully start filming at the end of this year, and then I got one hopefully throughout this summer. I would like to probably do, that could take a couple days. It may or may not happen. So I have treatments for both of these films. This one that I'm talking about in the summer, or a little after the summer, maybe around September, maybe around there. That'll basically be a run and gun guerrilla style movie shot all on this phone, with this app right here. As you can see, I'll have, I'm not even gonna replace the little thing. It's called Pro Movie. You should be seeing it either right over here, either on the bottom, because since I'm doing a profile, this is also on 3K, by the way. It's 4K on the other side, but because I have an iPhone 7, that's how that works. So for you guys with newer iPhones, so you understand, you probably have 4K on both ends. But this is going to be all exported in 4K. So no matter what, it'll be a 4K render. So with this being said, I did this with Creed, and I will release this here. Most likely after this video, there will be, the video at the end of this video. You can click on it right away and subscribe to this channel, whichever channel you're watching this, but it will take you to the 4K video of Creed, the whole movie basically, but in 4K. The 1080p version already hit 1 million, so because of that I'm releasing it in 4K. And because of all of my problems with Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime's having issues with my film, and the customers having problem with the fact that I'm not a Rocky movie. So I know I'm going on a tangent here and stuff like that, so we're gonna segue onto here, and let me know in the comments below whether or not I usually do things live, so I'm intercutting all this stuff. So moving on. So Amazon Prime considers Creed to be a film that is not in the favor. So it's not in the favor of the customer. So customers have complained in the comments about many things. including my sound. But the main thing in there that was there was multiple comments of this was that I wasn't a Creed Rocky film. People kept clicking on it thinking it was that, but it was the I'm gonna call it the Hollywood Video, the blockbuster effect. Because when I was working at Hollywood Video, War of the Worlds came out with Tom Cruise, and people rented this Asylum production movie, which was like a rip-off type thing, and it was like a rip-off of War of the Worlds, and it was called War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds, like, you know, it was the royalties, you know, are open source for that. It's not like it's anybody can get it, you know. So, you know, at the time, people don't know that kind of these details about movies. They're just grabbing a movie and just, you know, they're not thinking too much of it. So they're doing the same thing with my film, and I'm being affected by that. There's another thing I'm going to show here. Wherever it is, I'm just going to show it up on the whole screen. You can see here that when you type in Creed on IMDb and press enter on your keyboard, it'll show up on this page just like this as you see it here on your screen. And it'll have basically a number 2 on Creed of 2015, which is why I released mine. I ended up doing a delay and let mine release, you know, to the public on Amazon Prime in 2016, so I can have that official release on 2016 in October. So I could have that difference between them and myself. But IMDb knows the truth that my film Creed was the first one to grab the title Creed. I'm not fighting them, and they didn't fight me or try to destroy me, at least that I know of. So I'm not trying to bash that film. I thought that film was great, including the sequel. But you know, with that being said, I do have a video I could put in the cards here about SEO, and that's how I was able to rank a million within 7 months for my feature film. For the first feature film on my personal channel. If you guys seen it on my personal channel, if you're on here right now, you've seen it. So you know what I'm talking about. So basically, I've done SEO on it. It's all about what you write in your titles, your description, and in your tags, and they have to be consistent with each other. And they have to be consistent also online with something that's popular. So at the time in November when I released it, I think November 11th or something like that, I think it was like a week after, or that weekend, Creed 2 came out. And I was still in Los Angeles, and I learned all this stuff, and I tested it out. You know, sue me for that. So, like, you guys watched it, and I love that you guys watched it on there, too, most likely for the same thing, thinking it was a bootleg of Creed or something, but mine is red and black. Like, it kind of, you know, it's a different type of, you know, the color scheme. This is the reason why I'm wearing this right now, you know, so you guys understand myself a little bit better. I put up myself a lot in these films and concentrate on what, you know, what each frame is saying when I do it, even if it is a micro budget film. I try to frame out certain things on the day, so that it doesn't say things that it shouldn't on screen. You know, even with the actors, I'm trying to push my limits with how I create my characters with my actors a lot more over time. So that's another big step that I would hope to accomplish by the end of this year. That's why I want to do these 2 feature films. I'm announcing them here. I would like to, me and my wife have a contest we're trying to do as well. So that's a 60-second thing with Film Riot. It may or may not happen, so we'll see how it goes, including with the guerrilla style feature film, which is why I'm putting both of them. So, you know, I had an itch, but sad face for both of them, just in case. I I want to at least get into the point of making a third feature film, and releasing the documentary right now. So my main focus is the documentary and getting this video out to you guys. So basically, that's all my plans for these two channels and me as a whole out here. You know, with the process of trying to make these feature films, I hope to accomplish many things within my personal career and my personal life with my family. We're hoping to grow our family more. Me and Bree want, you know, a lot for our son. We want not only a roof over his head, but hopefully a sibling, you know, and for us to be able to live and live comfortably, you know, doing a normal 9-to-5 job. So I can do these green light projects and stuff like that, even do freelance projects out here myself. So, you know, Miami is something great and something beautiful, because of all of, you know, my family out here as well. You know, I hope to, you know, have some of Bree's family fly out here very soon. Her mom's coming out here, so we're going to be able to hang out with her in August, sometime in August. So we're excited about that. But we're really, really hoping that we can kind of, you know, bring everybody together, you know, no matter where we're at. And that's the point, you know, and that's the point of having a home. So right now, you know, being able to, being in a city where it's not as expensive as Los Angeles or something like New York. I have a cousin out in New York. He's working on his medical. He worked on his medical degree, and now he's working in the ER. I forget what that's called, but he's, you know, doing his time there, you know, and is trying to push on ahead and coming out here as well. And I'm sure in no time he will have his own practice and everything. So, you know, that's one of the things that's great about this city. It's a new and upcoming city. You know, it's one of those things about Miami. I think it's beautiful with the hurricanes and everything. It's very close to nature. So I think with the hurricanes, it always knocks things down, and then we got to rebuild things new constantly. So we're used to always creating and creating. So it's out here. Not a lot of creators feel like they could do anything about it out here, though, which is something, you know, a lot of us had explored, you know, even in Los Angeles. That's why I went out there. So, or go to New York. You know, some actors go to New York for that. So, you know, these are the things that, you know, going through life kind of just, it comes out through your work in art. So any kind of art project you're working on as an actor or as a filmmaker, as a musician, or anything like that, even a CG artist, you know, life is what, you know, makes you who you are, and makes you grow. So you probably are going to cross a bridge that you never expected to cross before, because you never saw what was on the other side. You never thought that what was on the other side of that was even for you, or if you were even allowed on the other side of that, or if there's a gate blocking you on the other side of that and you can't get through. So, you know, you want to keep all your you don't want to be limited in this world. So, you know, some people feel that way, especially within art. And when you go through life tends to make you grow and make you think a little differently. And then you cross that bridge and then you're like, wow, I didn't know I could do that. Like, I didn't know that I could put that part of myself out there like that. You know, I didn't know that I can express express myself in that way. So, you know, a lot of what this video, I guess this is a lot of what this video is about. transition in life, and you know, and my optimism to the future, which I'm very much excited about. I'm hoping my son is napping right now and I haven't been like jibber jabbing away over here, and my wife's probably dealing with that. She's supposed to take a nap. I think everything's okay. So everything seems kind of quiet. So I'm gonna kind of end it here. There will be obviously multiple videos coming out. On Greenlight, there will be a behind the scenes video for, there'll be a behind the scenes video of the CG that I work on the music video, and then there's gonna be like essentials to what you need in any music video set, and that'll also be on Greenlight, and that'll be also on 4K. So look forward to that as well. So for you guys on my personal channel, you can look forward to a making of, which will also be on my, actually, I'm sorry, it's gonna be only on Greenlight. So it'll be on my Greenlight channel. There'll be a making of for Corazón de Cuba on my Greenlight channel, and I will talk about what I did to make it, and my struggles with that, and of the different cuts and everything like that. So, and arriving to the final cut. So there's that, and then the final cut will be released on my personal channel as well as Amazon Prime. So here on Greenlight, as well as the YouTube version of Corazón de Cuba, or anything to do with Corazón de Cuba, there will be links in the description below that have a link to the Amazon Prime. So I would love it if you guys watch the Amazon Prime version, and or give me a comment below. I will put a link below for the Amazon Prime link of Creed. It's not unwatchable right now, but if you go on there and you can make a comment for me that's positive, that would be great. The same thing with Corazón de Cuba. Doesn't have to be positive. Tell me what you think about that one when that one comes out. But for Creed and everything to do with us having a voice out here as micro budget filmmakers, I mean, hey, great minds think alike. That I had the title Creed before them, I would never thought they would have called that Creed. Figured it would have been Rocky, Apollo Creed movie, or Rocky Creed, Rocky 5. That's usually what happens. So it is what it is, and I'm the type of artist that you guys understand already, and something that I was implementing a lot on Greenlight is that I don't like talking bad about other films, and I don't talk bad about other films. I love talking about how they were made and how to teach you how to do the same, because everybody has an inner voice. Everybody has a message and a story to tell that are different from each other. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the notification button, comment below on what you think about this video. This was more on like a little day in the life video, so you saw a lot of like being on the plane and all that. Tell me what you think about the 4K and the Pro Movie app, which will have links about everything I talk about in the description below. So I'll see you guys soon. So thank you guys for checking out this video. I super thrilled that even on my Greenlight channel, I have 210 subscribers, something like that. I think it's 212 or something right now, actually. So I'm like super thrilled that I even got a couple hundred people interested, and I always get at least 100 views within 1 week on a video when it comes to the Blu-ray and DVD releases, and I appreciate all the comments and all the interactions I get through Greenlight. So if you guys are interested in that as well here on the personal channel, please don't forget to subscribe on that channel. Please Don't forget to hit the notification button on whichever channel you're on, and I will be seeing you guys very soon. And happy July 4th.